Hey YouTubers, it's Shalita returning. So I know that it's been a little minute and I had just been in the process of trying to make sure that I had everything aligned for my big day, which is in April. And of course that is a little ways away, but nonetheless, I still think that you need to be prepared. And I'm the type of person that I really like to be prepared for things. So if you're watching this video and you notice that I may be missing something, please tell me because it can not hurt to at least just be as prepared as possible. So I've done a little bit of shopping periodically, just picking up a few things here and there. I follow a few different groups on Facebook. So I kind of had an idea of things that I would need to purchase, just so that way I could be prepared for post surgery. So I'll go over those. I have like just a bunch of stuff over here, and so I'm just gonna kind of go through things one by one, just to kind of give you an idea. Because like I said, even though my day may be a little bit ways out, it still doesn't mean that there's someone who may have something that's up close scheduled, and they could say, you know what? I need to go pick that up, or I need to order that, or I need to just have that on hand, so that way I'm not worrying about anything. So I will first say, because this is something that cannot be shown today, that a lot of people said that, you know what, you want to have a recliner for sure. Now we do have recliners here in my house. However, we do not have lift recliners and or electric recliners. And I saw where a bunch of people said, you know what, I didn't realize how much of my core I use when I try to put the foot portion of the recliner back down. And I said, no, see, I don't have time for that. So I went to Rent-A-Center, or if there's any other type of like company in your area that you can go to and rent furniture, I went there. Now, they said that they clean everything, but I'm just a germaphobe by nature. So I figure I'm just going to get a fitted sheet out the closet, strap that sucker on there, and possibly another one. But I figure a twin size fitted sheet should do just fine. And we have some that we keep for like whenever we go out of town, or to Mount Myrtle Beach, and we stay in this big house. They have twin size beds, so we had some from there. So I have some on hand, and I'm just gonna use those. So again, that's Rent-A-Center, and I believe that it's like $25 a week. I figure I'll need it about a month. That's like $140-ish or whatever they said after tax. So to me, that's not a bad price to have something on hand that you know that could just better assist you and could just help you through the process. Another thing that I was graciously gifted, or given. I feel like gifted is probably not the best appropriate word for it, but I was given a walker. Now, I had seen a few pictures where people had, utilized that walker definitely the first week. It either assisted them in getting up out of their recliner and or getting on or off of the toilet. So, my neighbor unfortunately was in no longer need of her walker and said that I could have it. So I will have that walker, and that can only just help the process, especially because I plan to stay a lot downstairs, and utilize the guest bathroom downstairs until I'm able to bathe, and then I would come upstairs. But it would be great to just have that on hand. So a walker, that would be another thing. So far, I would say definitely want to try to get you a recliner if you don't have one, and you can throw a few extra coins toward it. Like I said, $140 to me just didn't seem like that much more money thinking about comfort. And then as well as the walker, which I was looking on Facebook. Just you can go to the local Goodwill. I heard a bunch of people say, I'm not going to say spend money on it, like a lot of money, buy one brand new or nothing, but if you can rent one from a medical supply facility, do that, or borrow one, definitely want to do that. So I would say the walker. So I'm gonna take glasses off. I have, like I said, a few things that I purchased that could only help throughout this process. So I'll go ahead and share those with you. So like I said, I'm gonna be staying downstairs the majority of the time. I just think that's gonna be a better place for me to be. And so since that's the case, I figure I'm going to be going back and forth to the bathroom periodically. So I would need to have something on hand that could hold and utilize those options. So this is like you can wash it, or it's not washed, but it's mildew free. It can get wet, so if anything kind of gotten wet in it, it's got like meshed areas, or what have you, zip pockets. And this will be great for like, facial cleaner that I plan to use, my toothbrush. I have an electric toothbrush that I use. And so I'll be able to have everything on hand. And what I like is that it has a hanging hook for while I'm in the bathroom. And so I'm not having to bend all the way over. I have a towel rack at the top that I can just kind of put everything in, and it's just going to be great for utilizing that. And I got this off of Amazon. I believe it was like 16 bucks. So it wasn't that expensive. And the good thing about it is you could utilize this at the gym. So there's great use for it afterwards. So you're not wasting your money. It's not like this is something you use for the surgery and then there's no more use for it. So that was something I got. I also picked up, it's a remote control holder. And you'll notice with a lot of things that I purchased, I didn't want it to be something that's only for the surgery. I wanted it to be things that I could utilize after the surgery so that I didn't feel like I was wasting money. Now, I got this because there's going to be a lot of pills on hand from what I hear. Just something to be able to hold the pills that I'll be taking on a day-to-day basis. Any type of lotions or anything that I want to keep right there on hand. I do expect to start working back within a week, since I work remotely from home. So just sitting it with a laptop, so this can hold some pens, pencils, and I have a side table. So I feel like I wanted to have something that had everything on hand, and for afterwards I could just place it next to my bed and it could be the same type of scenario. So I definitely think that you need to invest in something that will be able to hold all of your pills. Anything that you want quick hand on demand, definitely want to get that. And I think this was like $6 on Amazon. And so I got this off Amazon as well. So definitely something to hold all your medications that you need for pain relief, the stool softener, the muscle relaxing medication. And then for me, still gotta pop those birth control pills. That's another thing. Or if you take any other type of medication, that would be a great thing to have on hand. So that was one. Now, again, since I'll be staying a lot downstairs, I feel like I'm going to live by these. They are the Assurance brand through Walmart, and they are big washcloths. So again, I believe that there's going to be a good length of time where you're not going to be able to bathe. So these were like a perfect go-to to have. So that way you can get all the important parts in between that time, and to just stay as fresh and clean as possible. And like I said, this is the Assurance brand. I got it through Walmart. It was next to where the Depends and everything was, near the sanitary pad section. So this was going to be a good one. Also, a part of their brand are the pads. Now, I noticed where a lot of people may have had some drainage as they were sitting. And since I'm renting a seat, I plan to put, like I said, the twin sheet over it first. I'm going to place one of these pads over in between, and then I'm probably going to put another twin sheet on. I'm just that much of a germaphobe, and I just want to make sure that these will be good. Now, the reason why I got these, and I may not even need them, but it can only help, and it can't hurt to have on hand, is because this is actually something I could use for my sons who potty train, so for the bed. So again, purchasing something that could be utilized afterwards, not wasting my money, and it would be something that I could still have on hand, and I don't feel like I'm finishing it or not finishing it and it can't be used after the surgery. So I hope I'm not draining and leaking out anything, but in the event that I do, at least I would have that on hand. So I got those. I noticed where someone said that we would need to have like gauze for changing for the wound, because since I will be having the tummy tuck, you will be pretty much opened from here to here. And so you're going to want to make sure that you have these on hand. And someone specifically said to get the 4x4. So I got the Walmart brand. As you all can see, I shop at Walmart a lot. or mainly. And so I just got the Equate Gauze bands. What I liked about these is they were antibacterial, and it says kills bacteria. Um, and it's clean, cover, and secure with antibacterial technology. So, Walmart. Want to make sure you have those on hand. I got flushable wipes because, and I suggest anyone who doesn't use a menstrual calculator to start using it. Especially if your day is further out, because I was able to look and see that a week after I should be having I will be having a period. So this is going to be helpful, and they're flushable, so that's good. Again, it's Walmart brand, and these are good to have. Even if I weren't able or didn't need to go through all of these, it's still something that you can use. I've got 2 little ones, or just keep them in your bathroom, just for that periodical freshness. So again, something that can be utilized after surgery. Not wasting my money. And since I know that it will be around that time, picked up some pads. So you want to have that on hand as well, or tampons, whatever suits you best. So I also got the Bactine spray. And I had used Bactine spray like years ago for a wound. So this is also good to have on hand, especially for that wound area. So of any type of care. It says pain relieving cleansing spray. So and no sting. Now there's another kind that they have. Don't get that one because it did not say that it doesn't have any sting. And then they have, I believe it's called like dermoplasty, and they have 2 different kinds of those. I don't think there's a problem with using the blue kind, not the red kind. The red kind will cause stinging. And I just remember having that. They advised to use that after delivery for down there, which tucks is also a good thing, because I heard a lot of people, if they get constipated, they would get hemorrhoids. I do have a thing of tucks. But this was good for wound care. It does indicate that it's great first aid strength. So that's one thing. And then having the hydrogen peroxide antiseptic. That's good also for cleaning the wounds and keeping everything in tip-top shape. So we want to make sure that there's no type of bacteria unnecessary. I do believe that, I don't think we're using this all the time, but it can't hurt to have this in the house, especially when you have young boys and there's boo-boos and scrapes and stuff like that. So, but it was great to have this now. And all of these items, I'm pretty sure at my patient teaching visit, which is the 2 weeks out before the surgery, I'll be advised as to how often to utilize this. So I'm pretty sure with the changing of the dressings and such, that these items will be great to use at that point. And then this is the first aid antibiotic and pain relief ointment. It's in comparison to the Neosporin plus pain relief active ingredients, and I did get the Walmart brand. Anytime it compares to something specifically that I know I need to buy, I get the Walmart brand. I'm not going to spend all that money unnecessarily if I don't have to, especially when it works just as good. So I got that for the wound care as well. Now, I had never seen this, and I got it anyway. I'm not a pill taker. I'm very nervous that I will choke taking especially very large pills. And they had this in liquid. And I'd been asking, would I be able to utilize or get the prescription that they want for pill if I could get it in a liquid form? And they kept saying something about they don't supply liquids for individuals over the age of 12. But that can't be right, because what if you're in the hospital and you're over the age of 12 and you have difficulty swallowing, or if you've got something to where it doesn't allow for you to swallow large, pills or whatever. They do have that, and I actually checked with someone who works in a pharmacy. But when I saw they had this, I was like, well, let me go ahead and pick me up a bottle of this. I don't like cherry flavor. However, it says that it's compared to Tylenol extra strength active ingredients. So I went ahead and got this as well. All right. Now, I was told to pick up Stool Softener in the event you are having difficulty with, having a bowel movement. I also was told to pick up Miralax, so I have that in my Walmart shopping cart. So the next time I check out, I will get that. But to note that the Miralax actually, it has an ingredient for a stool softener, to utilize the natural waters of the body. So not only does it help in pushing things out, but it also just helps in softening naturally as well. And so I wouldn't recommend using them both, but I don't know that it hurts to use them both. So I would definitely want to say check with your plastic surgeon on that, and or with the pharmacist when you go to pick up all your prescriptions the 2 weeks out. Otherwise, it can't hurt to have that on hand at the house either. And I think it was like 80 something cents at Walmart, so it was not wasted money. Hebaclense. I have used Hebaclense in the past and absolutely loved it. It's a great clean cleanser. They used it, prior to surgeries to clean their hands. And it's an antiseptic skin cleanser. So it's great to utilize this. I used to even utilize it before shaving down there, because it just works very well with just making sure that, if there's anything on that razor that shouldn't be on that razor that could cause irritation to your skin, this was something great to use afterwards. And you could feel it working, like it would get very warm. And so it's something that I always used after shaving down there as well. So I got this because I was told that this would be great in cleansing that area at that time. So what I figure is whenever I bathe and am able to take a shower, I will probably use this as a last cleanser to make sure it's taking off any of that unnecessary soap residue, which I only utilize Dial or like Safeguard antibacterial soaps due to having sensitive skin. But this could only help just making sure that no unnecessary items or residue is on that wound. So Hebaclense. And I got this from the Walmart. So that was a great, I'm glad that they had that on hand. So got that. Now when it comes to, because I'm going to be having a tummy tuck, muscle repair, umbilical cord hernia repair, and lipo of the flanks. Now I hear that the lipo of the flanks sometimes hurts the most because you bruise the most as a result of it. And so many people indicated that getting the Arnicare gel was very helpful in that process. If it didn't diminish that pain altogether, it definitely minimized it. And it says quickly absorbed by the skin, non-greasy and scented, paraben-free. And it's got a lot of natural active ingredients it mentioned. And it's temporarily relieves muscle pain and stiffness due to minor injuries, overexertion, and falls, reduces pain, swelling, and discoloration from bruises. So I feel like that's what it's going to be mainly for. So picking up a box of this would be great. I did get this also from, actually, I got this on Amazon. I did order this off of Amazon, and I think it was like $6 or $7 or something like that. So I would recommend either looking and seeing if your local grocery store has this, or go ahead and ordering some, because it can only help for the bruising from what I hear. So I have that. Oops. Now, I also got one of the grabbers, the claws, because when my mother-in-law does leave, and she can't stay forever, then to get things up high, it would be good to have something that could, get things up high. So I did get one of these claws, and I ordered it off of Amazon. And I think this was even like $4, $5 or something like that. And so I figure it can't hurt to have this, even after my husband is not always around. And if there was ever anything that I needed to grab and I didn't have to jump up on the counter, because I'm not the young little skipper that I could just jump up on the counter and get something from that top shelf, it would be great to at least have something like this. So I figure it can't hurt to use it afterwards, but definitely would be needed for. And this is something that I was, I know a lot of people are going to be like, what kind of mess is this? But I actually heard a lot of women said that they got this and it was very helpful. Now, there will be times, and I got this off Amazon, and you get like 2 for, I think it was like $5 or $6. And it is, it's a purple couplet. So then that way you don't have to sit down on the potty every time, on the toilet every time. It allows for you to be able to urinate as if you were a man standing up. And so therefore, I think this is going to be very helpful because I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be pooping every time, possibly. But in the event I'm not, I don't think I'm going to have to sit on that toilet because the toilets are so low. But in the event that I do need to, it comes in a very handy travel case. It's like a silicone material, so easy to wash off. And then it comes in this drawstring bag. But it can only help to have it, like I said, for those times where you may need to urinate, and that's all you need to do is number one, and then you can go on about your business. Rinse it off, dry it off, put it, somewhere where kids or someone can't get to it. But at least you didn't have to sit down for that visit to the bathroom. I'm pretty sure any minimizing that we can do as it relates to having to get on and off the toilet would be very helpful. And again, I did order, and I hear that it's being mailed out this week, and so therefore I'll be able to utilize that. And I'd mentioned that I would be featuring Jessica. I got the drain holders, and it's where it goes around your neck, and it's two on either side and has a button on each side, and it will hold your drains. I think that would be something great to use. And if you wanted to look and see what it was that I'm talking about, because I do plan to feature her, I just want to wait until after I receive mine, so that way I could show you something tangible. And then she sent me a bunch of different pictures, so I'll have those for you. It's called Jessica M Creation, but if you wanted to check her out prior to, you could go on to Facebook and search JM Crochet. That's J, capital M, CROCHET, and kind of check out some of her work. It's $15, and that includes shipping in the US. But you can't beat it. They're handmade. You could pick the color that you want. And then she's pretty quick in turnaround and getting that done. So again, I will definitely be sure to feature her. But I just really wanted to take this time to just kind of show you all how I'm preparing. For anyone who's already had the surgery that's looking at this, or who is about to have their surgery and said, you know what, that's a great idea, thanks for it, or but you've missed something, this is what I was told to get also, please drop that in the comment section below. Like I said, I'm all for making sure that I am prepared, have everything that I need, and I don't know it all, but I do know that all of those things cannot hurt to be able to have on hand. So you definitely want to make sure that you have those. Definitely a lot of comfortable clothing, and just making sure that, nothing that's real restrictive. I hear jeans are not going to be a great idea for a few months. So maybe pulling out some of the hubby's baller shorts might be what I do a couple of different times. I do have a lot of kind of loose nightgowns, or like button up, night shirts. That would be great because my drains, typically people's drains are located on their hips. Mine will be located right in the mons area, right the pubic hair line. And then just making sure you have a bunch of underwear that you don't care if they get messed up, because I cannot foresee them not getting some type of a secretion on them. So I plan to pick up some Hanes Brutaloon black underwear. Don't want to get white. Don't want to see that. That I can just make sure that I have that on hand. So again, thanks everyone so much for coming by my channel and watching the items that you would need, just to have on hand prior to your surgery. And I definitely want to encourage you to click the bell below, so that way you get that notification of upcoming videos, as well as clicking the subscribe link. Definitely subscribe, share all the content that you see. Let's just get the word out there, so that way people know education and knowledge is great. And so I want to make sure that anything that I'm learning, I'm sharing with you all as well. So again, please click subscribe below. Please click on that bell as well. And until next time, take care and stay blessed.